Hello, live on Facebook and hopefully live on YouTube. Okay, let us turn the cameras on and turn the timer on and say good morning. Let us start just rolling one of your feet forwards and backwards. I'll just move back slightly. That's not so you can see me better, that's so I'm out of a draft. There's a little bit of a draft coming through today. It's cold out there. Raising the toe, raising the heel. I have a horrible feeling we might lose YouTube. We've lost it a couple of times. If you are watching this on YouTube live and you lose signal, I apologise. I haven't figured out yet what's causing it. But hopefully you will stay the course. The other thing is at the end of the formal session, I might do a quick light weights session. It's something I've been meaning to do for quite a long time. And roll the foot side to side. And as I always say, you can let the body move as much as it wants to with these foot exercises. The more you can relax, the more movement can transmit through the body. Fine, that's not a problem. Breathing in and out through the nose if that is comfortable for you, if you can. Keep going. So I'm just going to come forward a little bit. I will risk the north wind blowing through my ear. Other foot, toe and heel. Raise the heel, raise the toe. Rock the foot forwards and backwards. However you want to describe it, really. So, what am I going to be doing today? Oh, I've got a very old, quite old, dead computer. And I want to take it apart, excuse me, because it has a couple of components in it that could be useful. Keep rocking forwards and backwards. So that'll be, well, it'll probably be either 5 minutes or 55 minutes, depending on whether the thing wants to come apart easily or not. Got some household chores, I mean they're not chores, household stuff to do today. And roll the foot side to side. And just stuff, basically. I've already done some work on my website that's been in need of work and going to have to do more work on it. I'm trying to find the better name for one page and it's driving me crazy. But anyway, never mind. Go back. Oh, sorry, keep going. My bad. Keep going. Sorry, lost track of the timer there. Keep going, rolling the foot side to side. I hope that's a minute of each of them. That was the plan. Okay, rotate the knee. Nice and relaxed. The supporting leg should be gently bent. It should not be locked out. So you're working the muscles in that leg just a little. change direction. When it goes big again, we're going to stay with the same leg. Oh, pardon me. We're going to stay with the same leg, just going to change direction when it goes bing. Or ding. Is it bing, ding, ping? Whatever noise it makes. Trying to relax, well, all of the leg really, so you get rotation in the knee, but you also get it obviously in the hip and the ankle. Change direction. I'm also trying to consciously sit down a little bit more on the supporting leg, let it bend just a little bit more. Other direction. If you join in with my videos, either live or recorded, on a regular basis, you'll know these sort of exercises, the rolling of the foot and the circles of the knee. I sometimes do for as little as 15 seconds on each side. I'm now doing sort of each one for, well, a minute or a couple of minutes. Probably change leg, probably that's as long as I ever do it for. I don't do it for any more than that. I'm not saying you couldn't, I'm just not sure that you actually relax and mobilize the muscles anymore after a couple of minutes. I think maybe you get diminishing returns because of just the way the body works, I think. Change direction. I might be completely wrong on that, but it just seems to me that sometimes you do an exercise and there's like well, it's like a bell curve, isn't it? You get an amount of time where you're getting better and better at the exercise, and then if you keep going, it just starts to fade. And that's probably exercise specific, obviously, change direction. And it would be different if you were doing exercises to failure. If you're doing your push-ups or your heavyweight training or something, then okay, maybe going to failure once in a while. With weightlifting, what's the phrase they use? Causing hypertrophy, isn't it? That's what causes the muscles to grow. Other direction. There's nothing wrong. I mean, if I looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was at the height of his career, as long as I had the height as well as the muscle bulk, I'd be quite pleased with my body. But I have muscles necessary for the functions that I ask my body to do, and that's really what you're trying to achieve. You want appropriate muscles. Okay, going to try something new. I want you to bring your arms in forward circles, crossing one arm then the other. And then we're going to add into that, ooh, this is a bit tricky. I've never done this before. Well, it's not strictly true. I did it for about 3 seconds as a test. So we're bringing in the leg, first one, then the other, from the outside round to the front. So again, if you didn't go to the outside there we go. It's a little bit of a mind game. It's coordination thingy. Let's go the other way. Change the direction of the arms and try and take the legs, the knees up and out. And try and switch left arm over right arm and right arm over left arm. Keep going. Taking the knee up in the front and then out and around to the side. And relax. Circle the waist. Oh, I hated that last one. That was tricky. Found it difficult to keep my attention on all the different bits I wanted to do. If you found it difficult, or if you found it easy, by all means leave a comment. Say, I liked that. It hurt my brain, but I liked it. That would be my comment. Change direction. Try and keep the legs relaxed when you circle the hips. Very easy for them to straighten up, and it becomes less useful as an exercise. Change direction. Try and make the circles as circly as possible. So in other words, the hips are going forwards and backwards as well as side to side, and try and make the circles a little bit bigger. Nice and relaxed and smooth. Change direction. You might, I don't know, you might not, but you might wonder why there's such a, focus on things like relaxed, smooth, flowing. If you look at really good competitive fighters, I don't care if it's UFC, boxing, whatever, you will find a goodly number of the very best are fluid and relaxed. Okay, bring the feet in slightly, let the legs bend, sit back and down ever so slightly, tuck the pelvis under ever so slightly. So much to do, so much to do. Turn the waist. If the hips turn a little, that's okay, but we're trying to turn the waist. You can also turn the head. Let the arms relax and float around the body. Gradually try and increase the range of motion, try and increase how far you're turning the waist. Keep the arms and the shoulders relaxed. Keep going. And relax, bring the feet in slightly, bend and straighten the legs, although you're not locking the legs out, they're sort of letting them just flex in either direction or something. And letting the arms and shoulders relax, and the arms float forwards and backwards. The more you can relax the arms and shoulders, the better. How far I did that deliberately. How far the arms swing is not the important bit of the exercise. The important parts of the exercise are working the muscles in the legs in a relaxed way, but still working them, and allowing that movement to flow through the body. Trying to relax my legs more and get more bounce into the movement. But time to change anyway. So, itchy nose. Right, turn the waist as first one leg, then the other leg relaxes and straightens. Turning the waist, the arms float up on the diagonal if it all works out as planned. When I do this exercise, one of the things I concentrate on is the feeling of pushing the feet into the floor. So I don't concentrate on the arms swinging or the shoulders turning or the waist turning or the legs really going up and down. I mean, I'm aware of all of that, but I spend a lot of time just getting the feeling of pushing equally one foot, then the other foot into the floor. That seems to help. And relax. Gently tilt one side to the other. Basically tilting sort of from there, the upper spine. And as you tilt one way, you allow the head to fall and you raise the shoulder on the other side. So it's a deliberate raise of the shoulder. The head just relaxes down, and obviously it's a deliberate bend of the upper spine. The legs could be straight and locked out for this exercise. I don't think it would make any great difference, but I try and keep the legs slightly soft and bendy. So still doing that sitting back and down thing. Keep going. And as I often tell you, if you watch these videos regularly, when I say keep going, I'm really talking to myself, probably more than you. going. Roll the shoulders forwards, roll them backwards. As you roll the shoulders forwards and backwards, so bend the upper part of the spine, forwards and backwards, and nod the head forwards and backwards. Keep going. I'm not saying it's cold in here, but I don't know if I'm mobilizing the spine or merely trying to stop icicles forming on it. I mean, it's not that cold. It's probably about 9 or 10 degrees in here, maybe even 11. I know when I was outside before it was 6 degrees. That was a bit chilly. And, sorry, itchy nose. Feet slightly wider, allowing the body to tip gently side to side, gently, ever so slightly, making it into a stretch, but not worrying about it, just going from side to side. Why were you out, Robert, you ask? Well, I have what's called an above-ground swimming pool. 2 meters wide by 4 meters long, with a tether, which is basically a bit of bungee cord, which fits on to me, and it lets me swim and swim and swim and swim when I'm in the pool without going anywhere. So you can swim for what is in effect hundreds and hundreds of meters or hundreds and hundreds of yards in a teeny tiny pool. And I will be doing that later today. Probably not for an incredibly long amount of time. Of course, I looked at the little thermometer that's in the pool. It's a little floating duck with a thermometer coming out of its underside, which is a bit strange, I suppose, if you think about it. But it was 12 degrees, and 12 degrees water temperature when you swim in it is cold. So consequently, I can look at the exercise I'm doing in here, which, as I say, I think is almost certainly less than 12 degrees in the studio today. I can look at it as acclimatization training. Straighten up, bring the feet in slightly, forwards, backwards, nice and gently. Now here, I do tend to keep my legs straight and the knees not completely locked out, but there's some flexibility in the knees. There the knees are almost locked out. It's it means that it's my waist that's doing the work. I'm not cheating by sort of bending the legs. Doesn't matter how far down you go. It doesn't matter if you can only go that far or that far. It's working with your body, being relaxed, and basically, why do I do this every day? Because the benefit of consistent exercise is in either gentle gains or, as you get older, maintenance, maintaining your body's ability to do things. So whatever you can do, you want to be able to do the same thing or more in 10, 15, 20 years' time. Let's think, I'm 68. Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, I know the technology will have changed one way or another. Wouldn't it be nice in my 100th year, still to be able to bend down, touch the floor, lean back? That would be pleasant. That would be... I'm not saying there aren't many... Oh gosh, what are people that are 100 that can do that? Okay, circle the upper body. Trying to keep the lower body fairly still. The legs are ever so slightly bent, but again, that doesn't matter whether you bend them or want to keep them locked out. Whatever's easier for you. Little circles. Change direction. I'll be completely honest, if it wasn't quite as cold as it is in here, I probably wouldn't have done small circles, and I'm going to follow it with medium circles before doing a couple of minutes of big circles. But because it's cold, I'm being super cautious. Medium circles and making sure that the muscles are relaxed, comfortable, warmed up. It's not really a phrase I like to use, but I think it's probably technically correct. The body obviously generates heat. Talking of generating heat, I've always wanted to figure out and learn if it's, I mean, I think it's genuine, the thing about there are some Tibetan lamas, I think it's Tibetan, who go out in, I think, like the middle of winter, and they're, I think, naked or almost naked. Okay, now we're going to do big circles. And they cover themselves with wet sheets or a wet sheet, and during the night they meditate, and the warmth their body gives off dries out the sheet, and they are fine. They do not freeze to death. I'd certainly like to see that for myself. I'd even be more impressed if I could do it. But other direction. Maybe in my next life. I mean, I don't actually believe in reincarnation, but if reincarnation is a thing, then you don't need to believe in it. It just happens. Like all religious beliefs, if they are true, they will happen. Change direction. change direction. I nearly got stuck looking at the floor there. I couldn't think what to do or what to say for a number of milliseconds. And straighten up, bring the feet in, start to circle the shoulders. Let the legs relax. Oh, by the way, I'm also testing out the batteries in change direction in the radio mic. So I didn't put it on charge yesterday deliberately. I think it will quite happily survive for maybe 3 or 4 days. I'm not going to let it run that long, but I do want to see that it will definitely run for 2 or maybe 3 days. Because that way it's one less technical thing, albeit a minor one, to worry about. Change direction, try and relax your legs a little bit more, sitting backwards and downwards, letting the pelvis tuck under. That might be a better phrase actually, letting the pelvis tuck under rather than tucking the pelvis under. It's like I'm not a great fan, although it was the way I was taught for over 20 years, of bending the legs. I much prefer change direction. I much prefer phrases like soften the legs or even let the legs bend. Bend the legs is you doing something. Letting the legs bend is different. It's gentler. It's the body naturally conforming to something. And we're going to keep the legs, so I'm just changing slightly as we rotate the arms. Speed of rotation entirely up to you. When it goes ding, we're going to keep going in the same direction. Keep going. Sorry, got the sniffles. Change direction. Oh, gives me a chance to scratch my itchy nose. There we go. Back in the groove. Keep going. And relax the hands down, turn the head side to side, keep going. I'm just going to keep going side to side. Keep going. Relaxing the legs, letting them bend a little bit more. Gentle stretch at the end of each turn of the neck. Shoulders pulled ever so slightly backwards. Bring the hands up onto the chest. Nod up and down. Pulling back, pushing the chin in. Pulling back and pulling the chin in and pushing it down and into the chest. So you're tucking it in ever so slightly. Look to the front, tilt the ear up towards the ceiling, then tilt the other ear up. Keep going. No, sorry. Change, my bad. Head forward, pull it in. Head forward, pull it in. Not that it matters, but I wanted to do each of these exercises for approximately a minute. The neck exercises, that is. Pushing the head forward, pulling it back, tucking the chin in slightly. And take the head, keep the head upright, but take it side to side. Keep going. Chin down to chest, then keeping the chin lightly touching the chest, turn the head side to side. Keep going. And arms down to the side, head in a big, gentle, slowish, I love words like slowish, U shape. Shoulders pulled a little bit back. Keep going. And relax. Now, we're going to carry on. I'm going to give you a minute, maybe a minute and a half actually. That'd be nice because then it fits in with the timer. Well, anyway, I'm going to give you some time. Go and get something like this. These are fairly light weights. They're not as light as maybe I would have liked to have had. They're 1.5 kilos. I would have liked something even lighter. If you haven't got any light weights, go and get yourself a couple of cans from the kitchen. Just make sure that you have enough grip strength to be able to do stuff with them without dropping them or throwing them through the wall or hitting the cat or the dog or the budgerigar or whatever. So off you go. I will give you a minute. So if you've got something, I'm just going to do this, but I'm waiting, and when you come back, you can just join in. And I will say that every 15 seconds. If you have come back, you can just join in. And it's honestly, it's not a loop, it is me live. Obviously, if you haven't got weights, you can do it without weights. But if you have got weights, light weights, then that's great. If you have got weights, you can join in. Nice and gentle. If you have got weights, you can... Sounds like one of those, you know, the messages that I hate when you phone up a call centre and they go... Your message, no, not message, your call is important to us. One of our agents will be with you in 2 minutes. And you think, oh, that's good. 2 minutes. And 10 minutes goes by and then it repeats the message. Your call is, and after about an hour of being told that your call is important and an agent will be with you in 2 minutes, you're actually not very happy. But life is full of challenges. Keep going. If you have the weights or the cans of soup or beans or whatever, just join in, just nice and light. Okay, in 12 seconds time, I'm going to begin. So I hope you'll have the weights. Do I want to come back just to begin with? Okay, what we're going to do is take it up and up and up. And we're going to sit into the leg and then push to the side. So we're kind of doing that, but very gently. So you're pushing the hand away from the leg that is straightening. Now, I know Tai Chi teachers who use light weights. I know Tai Chi teachers who absolutely hate the use of weights and would not touch them if you paid them money. I know Tai Chi teachers that use heavy weights and hit the gym. I like using weights a little, and I have a reason why. And the reason why is very simple. As you get older, if you do not do exercises to maintain muscle mass, you lose muscle mass. I think it's something like, if you do nothing at all, from the age of 40 on up, you can lose as much as 1 pound of muscle a year. It's something crazy anyway. So some weights, good, in my book. Keep going. It shouldn't be hard, but you don't want it to be easy either. Somewhere in the middle. And relax. Okay, we're going to take the weight up and just behind, and then up and round and behind. This is a very controlled movement. It's not fast. Just do it from the side. That's all we're doing. I was noticing there that my legs were straight, so I'm just deliberately letting them relax and bend. I don't think it matters awfully with this particular exercise, but if I can get the muscles in the legs to be activated rather than just standing around wondering what time the bus is going to come, I think it's a good thing. Nice and slow. That was again me talking to me, because I noticed I was beginning to speed up. Basically, there are some exercises that are easier to do when you do them fast. And so, to make the body work, you slow them down. And pull the hands up towards the armpits. I'm also curling, can't see, I'm not just pulling them up, I'm curling the hand in as well. I hope that makes sense. Keep going. I find this quite difficult. The muscles on the side of the neck and the muscles that go down from the neck towards the shoulders really gets them for me. They're probably tighter, those muscles, than they should be, probably not as relaxed as I would like them to be, and probably not as strong as I would wish them to be either. Keep going. Now the next exercise I'm going to do, I definitely wish I had lighter weights. 1.5 kilos I think is a bit more than is ideal for me, but we'll give it a go. If you don't try, you never know. And if you don't try, you'll never succeed. Okay, raising the arms. Now if you want to, you can cheat slightly here by pushing up from the legs. Just want to say this is officially hard work, especially, and I don't quite understand why, in what I would determine to be my stronger arm, the right arm. The muscles in the shoulder, right shoulder, are not happy with me at the moment at all. Serves them right. They should have done their homework. No, I don't actually give homework to parts of my body. It's a bizarre thought, isn't it? And relax. Gently controlled circles. So coming across the body and going out. Has to be controlled because you do not want to put sideways strain on the elbow. So it's very gentle, and I'm moving, keeping the legs relaxed, moving the hips side to side, turning the waist. And I know in past exercise sessions I've talked about not getting warm and not getting out of breath. Well, obviously, when you're working, even with light weights, to get a little bit warm is okay. To get a little bit out of breath even is okay. I mean, you shouldn't be, that would be too much. But you can probably hear my breathing is not completely relaxed. That's fine. Work is good for us. And relax. We're going to be a chuffer train, if you know what a chuffer train is. We're going to do little circles. Legs relaxed, knees softened, bending of their own accord. pulling back, pushing forwards, just a little. And let's go the other way round. Change direction. Change direction. When the dinger goes ding again, I'm going to put the weights down, I'm going to put the weights away, which will give me 5 or so seconds before I come back. Just get them so that they're not immediately near you. And then we will just loosen off the arms and shoulders, relax the muscles that we've been working. Okay, put the weights away. Oh, bang, bang, bang. That was me putting the weights away. Okay, circle the shoulders. Nice and relaxed. Let the legs soften and bend. Change direction. Take the feet slightly wider, you'll see why when we change in 9 seconds time. Take the arms through gentle figures of 8. Let the waist and the hips help you with the movement, or the motion, or the moment. No, not the moment, and not the motion, but movement or motion. That's what I wanted to say. Nice gentle figures of 8. Change direction. Arms relaxed, elbows slightly bent. Arms out to the side, slowly rotate the lower arms. Nice and slow. Change direction. Tuck the elbows in, just coming in a bit closer to camera. Tuck the elbows in, still keeping the legs bent, but rotating the hands, keeping the forearms still, elbows touching the side of the body. Hands rotating big circles. Change direction. Let the elbows come away, and normally we sort of do that with the wrist, but now sort of make flippy floppy with the whole hand, the whole arm. So I'm opening and closing the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers, everything are nice and sort of relaxed and fluid. And then we're going to do this. We normally do that. We're going to do this, but we're just going to let the wrists release and relax, so the hand flicks up at the top and flicks down at the bottom. So it's just a bigger version of the exercise that, if you join me regularly, you've done before. Well, we are at the end. Give yourself a little shake off. Give yourself a yay if you've managed all the way through. Give yourself a yay if you've just watched a few minutes. Why not? Enjoy. Thank you very much. We've gone just over the hour. And if you came along for the ride, yippee, well done. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely day. And ciao.